Hello and welcome back to the show. I'm Jim Bellacera, sitting with Tatyana Shkoenaya. And originally you're from the Ukraine, and you've had an amazing story and lived quite an interesting life. But we're here for a specific reason today, and that's to kind of help the viewer understand why they should work with you. You know, there's a lot of people out there that, call themselves a connector or entrepreneur, a life coach or whatever it is that they want to call themselves. But, I really believe that we need to be an expert in the area that we're in. And certainly you like to call yourself the connector, and I think you are really, truly an expert in that arena because you've already done things for me, which is really interesting. It's one, and that came as a byproduct of our friendship. So let's talk about you and what you're doing and how you can be a positive impact on the lives of the people that work with you. So help me to start this off.
Well, I have to say, in order to do well, you have to understand how the world works. And I believe that when you help others, it all comes to you. So I like to connect with people on a personal level so they can connect with each other and do business together, because I believe doing business by yourself doesn't really bring you a lot of success. I truly believe as a team you can achieve so much more. So when I see someone in need, a particular connection, and I do have a lot of connections that I developed, for the last several years, I connect them.
Let me speak to that, because I do know and some of the relationships you've developed over the years, and what I've discovered in getting to know you on a personal level, that not only can you help the small business owner, but you actually have developed relationships with some pretty specific names. Do you want to elaborate on any of that? It's pretty impressive who you've worked with and who you know, and you spent a lot of money in personal development, I know that, but that's kind of how you got started in your career. So let's talk about that.
Well, I developed relationships with names that a lot of people will know and recognize, and it's okay, I don't have to mention them. It's kind of my secret sauce, and when time comes, I connect people with those people.
Right on.
So, but
I know who they are.
But all I can say is that it's about the team effort, and it's about helping people bring the right people together.
Well, when you're dealing with an entrepreneur, and there's virtually every type of entrepreneur there is, and we don't just need business leads. We need to be connected to the right demographics, the right people, the right people that can impact us, to help us to actually develop more credibility, maybe help us to become more empowered so that we are helping our clients and developing the right relationships. Help me to relate that to the viewer right now.
Let's say in order for a small business to be very successful, you have to not only know sales, marketing, sequencing, and all of that, and I believe you have to get educated as much as possible to make your business work, but I also believe it's about putting yourself in the useful environment, in an environment that can help you. And the way I do it is I run my meetings in my local business club, and I bring people that education through speakers who have made millions of dollars in their own industries. So they educate, people come and they have a chance to educate themselves. And also I bring people together so they can do business together. So again, it's all about teamwork.
I want to ask you something I think is kind of important. I know that you could be kind of intimidating because you do work with some high caliber people. You are very approachable, and I think that the viewer needs to know that, because no matter where they are in their particular area in life, whether they're highly successful or they're just getting off the ground, that they need to know it's important that you're open to communicating and helping anybody at any level of success. Am I correct?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
That's one of the things that, it was interesting, because when I first met you, I had no clue really how successful you are, and I had no clue who you knew. That was only after I did my homework, because when you gave me your information, I actually did my homework. And I always do that. When I have a chance to interview somebody, I want to know who they are, I want to know where they come from, and I want to know what they do. But I didn't know truly, how influential you were. And I share this with the viewer because I want the viewers to know that You are very approachable. I had no clue, and I just felt really blessed just to be considered a potential new friend of yours, and realize now that there is a business relationship here that could help further my career, and that's important that you understand that. Tatyana is very resourceful and is always looking out not only to help herself but to help others. Tatyana, we are pretty much at the end because we don't have a lot of time. The reason for this interview is to help the viewer understand why they should be willing to do business with you. Why should they connect with you? And what I would like you to do is to help the viewer understand why you're the expert, why you're the number one, the go-to girl that they should work with, male or female, doesn't matter, and whether they're highly successful or just getting started in their career. Could you help them?
Well, I want to just end our interview with a small story. I met this person who has been voted 3 times world champion in boxing, and was also had an award for being the best personal trainer in California. And for the past 15 years, he worked on his prototype office chair that would help people working in offices to work out at the same time as typing an email. And it took him about 15 years to come to the moment when he was at an event where I was, and he showed his prototype chair, and he said, you know what, I know exactly how to make this chair, but I don't know the business side, and I don't understand how I can bring it to the world. So what happened at the event, we got him connected with someone who knows the biggest manufacturer of office furniture in the world. And that person sat down with him and just said, okay, you need to do this, this, this. And once you're ready, I will introduce you to this person who can help you launch your business. So when I talk to people about the right connections, I really mean that one connection can mean the world to you, like it meant to this gentleman.
Wow, that's fantastic. Well, Tatyana, I have been just totally excited and pleased to be able to be considered not only a friend, but now a business associate of yours. And I look forward to doing lots of things in the future. But I want to tell you as the viewer, you got to get connected.
Thank you.